Hello everyone, this is part 4 of What If Naruto Had Ino Cheer Him Up, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. Ino sat down on the bench with her eyes closed as she sat thinking. It was really such a nice, peaceful, relaxing afternoon. She found that she could just sit here all day if she had allowed it. Her peace was soon interrupted by the sound of several pairs of feet making their way over to her. So how did it go? Sakura asked. Yeah, how did your big date with Naruto go? Was it just the best time that you ever had? Tenten said. Or was it a complete nightmare? A pair of bright aqua-colored eyes opened. She focused her attention onto her friends. How rude did they have to be right now? Didn't they realize that they were disturbing her relaxation? What's wrong with you guys? Why the hell are you asking so many questions? We're just curious, you didn't seem too thrilled about the date, you know. Kiba spoke. So what's up, Ino Pig, did you enjoy yourself or what? Ino could have sworn that she saw a hint of desperation in those jade green pools. Please say that you had a lousy time. Sakura thought to herself. She didn't want to lose the bet to Tenten. She hoped that her 500 Ryo could be saved. Ino leaned back against the bench. She could feel everyone's eyes on her. They were just waiting for her to give them an answer. Well, Ino started. Well, what happened? Speak already. It went well. I actually had a good time. Naruto was a complete gentleman. He was very sweet. Sakura sighed and Tenten cheered loudly. Looks like we won, huh guys? She turned her attention to Lee, Hinata, and the lazy Nara. Pay up, Sakura. The pink-haired medic Nin held her head down in defeat. Ino paused while she processed the events in front of her. It sounded like they all had a bet going on. What the hell? You mean you guys had a bet going on? Yep. Chuji nodded. Sakura, Kiba and I betted that it would be a disaster. On the other hand, Hinata, Lee, and Shikamaru placed their bets with me that it would go well. Tenten admitted. Ino sat in awe at her friends. Did they have so little to do with their own lives that they placed bets on something so ridiculous? The blonde had expected the attention, but she really hadn't thought it would get this far. So is that why you and Lee were hiding in the bushes? You were spying on us. You guys really are sick, all of you. She added. Okay, we've already established that, so give us some details. We didn't see everything. There's not a lot to say. He picked me up, brought me some flowers. We ate at this really nice restaurant, and after we sat up on the Hokage monument for a while just watching the stars. That sounds really nice, Ino-chan. Hinata said. Yeah. Ino nodded. The platinum blonde could only think of one thing that upset the night. She didn't know why it happened. The only thing she knew was that it wasn't Naruto's fault in the slightest. Only it did leave her wondering. Flashback. Naruto was walking Ino back home when a middle-aged man had bumped into her. It caused her to fall back. She would have fallen if Naruto hadn't caught her before she hit the ground. Are you okay, Ino-chan? He questioned with his arms wrapped around her waist. Yeah, I'm okay, no thanks to this jerk. Apologize to her. Naruto told the man. The man blinked. He looked as if he had been drinking or something. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetness, but if you don't mind my asking, what are you doing with this monster? He pointed to Naruto. Monster? Ino repeated. Yeah, are you saying that you don't know about him? He's a beast. Naruto frowned slightly. He then took Ino's hand within his. Let's go, okay, Ino-chan. You should probably go get sober, you stink of alcohol. Ino gave the man one last look before she and Naruto walked away. All she could really think about was what he had just said. Once they were away from the drunken male, Naruto slowly let her hand go. I'm sorry he knocked you down. Yeah, that's alright, don't worry about it. But Naruto, what was that back there? Why did he call you a monster? You may have been a knucklehead, but you're not a monster. Naruto immediately stopped walking. His back was turned to her as he stood frozen for a moment. He soon turned to look at her, shooting her a brave smile. Don't worry about that. Come on, let's get you home. End of flashback. I still wonder what that was all about. What's up, Ino? Why do you look like you're so far away right now? I was only thinking, that's all. Anyway, Naruto and I had a good time. In fact, we're going out again. Tenten's face seemed to light up at this little revelation. I knew that you two would be able to get along. Sakura, how do you want to pay me that 500 ryo? Will you be paying in small installments, or can I expect you to pay up front in full? You'll get your money. Sakura nearly growled. You should have never made that bet, forehead. I bet this was all your idea anyway. None of you should have. Actually, it was up to Naruto and me to decide if we would enjoy ourselves. You had a good time though, we got that. Let it go, Sakura, you've lost. Shikamaru tried to warn her. Yeah, I know. Here, Tenten. She reached into her purse, taking out the 500 ryo. Thanks, Sakura. Let me know if you ever W and to lose again. Oh no, there will be no more betting on my personal life. It's rude, not to mention it makes you guys look like you have absolutely no life whatsoever. I'm going to go though and see if I can find Naruto. We do have another date coming up. And with that, she left her friends alone to ponder everything. You guys, what do you make of all of that? Chuji asked. What can we make of it? She said that she had fun. Ino wouldn't lie about having a good time, but Sakura started. You still want to ask Naruto, huh? Kiba asked. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to get a second opinion. Maybe I just might get my 500 ryo back. She thought hopefully. Sakura, I think it's a negative on that one. Yeah, you're probably right. Anyway, let's go find him. He should be around here somewhere. Meanwhile, Naruto stood on the streets of Konoha in a slight panic. There he was, so close to the Yamanaka's flower shop and so far away from Ichiraku's. If I make a run for it, maybe I can avoid seeing Mr. Yamanaka. He took a deep breath and ran off past the flower shop. I'm home free. Naruto. A deep voice was heard. OF. He cursed mentally. Naruto stopped, turning around to see none other than Inoki Yamanaka. Hello Yamanaka-san. He nodded. What's this I hear about you taking Ino out on a date? Well, I hope that you were nothing but a complete gentleman, son. He put his hand onto the young man's shoulder. Naruto swallowed hard, staring up into those intense eyes. Yeah, of course. And it wasn't really a date. It was. So you were only using my daughter? What? No, sir. Daddy. Ino's voice was heard. She was now making her way over to the two of them. Ino-chan, you're home. I was just having a friendly chat with Naruto here about your date. Somehow Ino didn't buy that. Naruto seemed scared once again. Daddy, don't scare him, okay? We had a great time, right, Naruto-kun? Yeah. He only nodded. In fact, we're going out again, aren't we? I'm sure, if you don't mind, Mr. Yamanaka. The taller male stood with his arms folded. He stared between his daughter and the second blonde. Very well, I suppose I couldn't stop you even if I tried, huh, princess? Ino smiled for her father. You got it. Ino nodded. Ino talked to Naruto about what we spoke about. All right. I have to go now. I'll see you in a few days. All right, bye, Daddy. Bye. Goodbye, Naruto. Goodbye, Yamanaka-san. Once her father was gone from sight, Ino walked over to him. She wanted to make sure that he was okay after his encounter with her dad. Are you all right? Oh yeah, I'm fine. There's no problem here. He sighed. Hey Ino, I think that we're going to have to plan this better, since your father is trying to K me. He exclaimed. The blue-eyed female chuckled lightly at the hilarious expression on his face. Naruto looked down at her, blinking curiously. What's so funny? It's nothing. I'm sorry about my father. She apologized. It's fine, but what did he mean? What do we have to talk about? Ino remembered that she was supposed to invite him over for dinner. It wasn't as if she had completely forgotten. She just chose not to bring it up to him. She also hoped that maybe her father would have forgotten. But that was hoping for too much. Oh, that you don't have to worry about it right now. All right, whatever you say. His stomach started grumbling. It made him remember that he had been on his way to Ichiraku's. I guess you're starving off to Ichiraku's, it is then, right? You got it. He smiled. I haven't had any ramen for days since our non-date. Days. Ino repeated. I really didn't think that you could go that long without your ramen fix. Ha. Ha, very funny, Ino-chan. There was silence as the two blondes stared at one another. Ino turned her attention elsewhere and Naruto did the same, running his fingers through his blonde locks. Ino wasn't sure why she had felt suddenly strange around him. Perhaps it was because her mind was still on the events of the date. She honestly had a pretty good time with him. Hey, I'm going to go, alright, that ramen is calling. Yeah, I'll see you around then. Naruto waved goodbye and headed towards Ichiraku's. He didn't get far when he heard Ino call out to him. Hey Naruto, wait. Yeah. He turned back to meet her gaze. I just wanted to say that I had a pretty good time, thanks. Sure, I'm glad that you had fun, Ino-chan. Naruto, there you are. The blonde male looked to see Sakura followed by the rest of their friends. Sakura-chan, what's up? Hey, I'm glad that I ran into you. I was wondering how your date with Ino went. Yeah, tell us, Naruto. Sakura here seems to be under the impression that your date was a complete disaster. Tenten smiled rather smugly. Naruto blinked again. Ino sighed and started to make her way closer to the group of friends. Naruto, you won't believe this, but our idiotic friends had a bet going on about our date. Really? Well, you guys are lame. Ino-chan and I had a great time, didn't we? He grinned. Yeah, that's what I tried to tell them. Sakura's just upset because she's out 500 Ryo. Sakura nodded but then put a warm smile on her face. Well, I'm glad that you two had fun. Naruto, Ino said that you two are going out again. Yeah, we are. That's nice. I'm just glad that you guys didn't K each other. Sakura spoke. Naruto could see that he would not be getting his ramen anytime soon. Damn, what's a guy have to do to get a meal around here? He thought. Ino couldn't help but notice the look on Naruto's face. She then put her hand to his shoulder. This contact caused him to look at her. Hey Naruto, we better get going. Going, he repeated. Yeah, didn't you say something about going to Ichiraku's? Let's go, I bet you're starving. Hi. Let's go then, Ino-chan. We'll see you guys later. We'd invite you, but it's sort of just for the two of us, you know. Ino winked. She then linked arms with Naruto. Alright, see you guys. Tenten waved. She waited until they were gone before talking again. They look so cute together. I'd say that we'll be seeing them together real soon. What? You don't mean that you think that they're going to start dating or something? Sakura exclaimed. Maybe they are going out again. I guess that we should just need to leave this one alone. Unless you want to have another bet, Sakura-chan. Kiba put his hand onto the pink-haired girl's shoulder. Sakura, I'm advising you against placing any more bets. You'd lose. He warned her. Yeah, don't worry. I don't think I'll be placing any more bets on anything. Tenten is right, we should leave this alone. Besides, there's no way that those two would ever become a couple. Weeks later, it began like any other day. Nothing was out of the ordinary. The streets of Konoha were busy as always with people walking to and fro. The only thing that seemed to attract any attention was the two blondes sitting underneath a tree. Naruto had his arm wrapped around Ino's waist. She laughed and leaned into him. Do you see that? Sakura asked. Yep. Tenten nodded. They look really happy. Hinata spoke. Ino looked up slightly when she saw her friend standing there. She quickly pulled Naruto towards her. Naruto, what do you think? Do we look happy enough or do we have to turn this up a notch? I think that we look happy enough, Ino-chan. He whispered, pushing her hair out of her face. Well, it can't hurt to heat things up a bit. Forehead is standing right there. Ino squeezed his hand, pressing her lips to his cheek. Sakura's eyes widened in surprise. I don't believe this. Tell me that those two don't look like a couple right now. Tenten whispered to her. Naruto wrapped his right arm around her shoulder, bringing her closer to him. Are they watching? Naruto whispered in her ear. Yep. She nodded. The blonde male paused as he was now inhaling the blue-eyed girl's perfume. She smelled extremely good to him, like vanilla and flowers. Figures that she would smell like flowers, he thought. But she smells really good. He shook his head, trying to get rid of those thoughts. He definitely shouldn't be thinking thoughts like that about Ino. They were just partners in a crazy mixed-up plan, friends at best. Naruto-kun, you always seem to make me smile these days. Good, I'm glad, Ino-chan. I'm going to go and get ready for our date tonight. Alright, pick me up around 8, okay? She smiled for him. Wow, Ino is a good actor. Before Naruto could leave, Sakura, followed by Tenten and Hinata, came over to them. Okay, you two, what gives? The pink-haired girl asked first. What do you mean, forehead? Let's not sugarcoat anything. Are you guys seeing each other or what? Tenten immediately got to the point. Naruto and Ino stared at one another for a moment. Both of them smiled. Well, Naruto-kun, what do you think? Is it any of their business? I don't know, Ino-chan, but why do we have to hide it? We're having a good time, right? Ino stood up, placing her arms around Naruto's shoulders. Why are you bothered by Naruto and me, Sakura? She stopped. No, I'm not. She spoke. Naruto felt a little down by Sakura's words. He was hoping that she'd be a little jealous over all of this. Good, I'm glad, forehead, because you better get used to seeing us like this. Naruto and I will be spending more time together. She then reached for his hand, squeezing it slightly. Because after all, he is my new boyfriend. I don't believe this. Congratulations, Naruto-kun, Ino-chan. Hinata smiled. Yeah, you guys make a great couple. I figured that this would happen eventually. Tenten told them. Naruto nodded, giving the three girls a warm, bright smile. Yeah, I don't know how it happened either, but we're together now. That's right. Ino grinned, running her fingers through his spiky blonde locks. Well, I have to get going, Ino-chan, will you be okay? I know that I promised to walk you home, but I really have to get going. I know, it's fine. See you around, okay? Ino then hugged her boyfriend. As he was leaving, Ino remembered that she had yet to tell him about dinner with her parents. What better time than to tell him now in front of their friends? It made the relationship seem more believable too. Oh, Naruto-kun, don't forget we're having dinner with my parents soon. Naruto stopped in his tracks, eyes turning white. He turned around, facing the platinum blonde. What did you say? We're having dinner with my parents. They do want to get to know you better. So what time would be good for you, Naruto-kun? Dinner with the Yamanakas, dinner with Mr. Yamanaka Ofin Kami. And all Naruto saw was stars as he fell to the ground with thoughts of his impending doom on his mind. Naruto. Naruto-kun. Naruto, wake up. Are you okay? The four kunoichi stared down at the blonde male on the ground. They noticed the rise and fall of his chest. It told them that he was still breathing, and hadn't SD from the shock. Tenten tapped him with her foot, hoping to get some sort of reaction out of him. Instead, he remained on the ground, making no sudden movements. Damn, Ino, way to go. Look at what you did to him. Sakura said. What? Ino shrugged her shoulders. I think he took it well. So, like, what do we do with him? Tenten wondered. They couldn't just very well leave him there. Ino decided to take matters into her own hands. She sighed heavily and then lowered herself to his level. I'll handle this. Naruto-kun, Ichiraku's is going to go out of business if you don't get your ass up right now. Ino whispered in his ear. Almost immediately, a pair of cerulean blue orbs opened. Ino smirked. She knew he would react to that statement. Naruto sat up, focusing his attention onto the four girls. Ino-chan, Sakura-chan, Hinata, Tenten, what happened? You just blacked out, Sakura reminded him. He sat with his hand to his chin, as he tried to remember the earlier events before this moment. His eyes widened when he finally remembered. He then turned his focus onto the platinum blonde. Ino-chan, do we have to have dinner with your parents? Ino frowned, but she understood his reluctance. It wasn't as if her father was going to make it easy for him. In fact, she was almost positive that dinner was going to be very intense, and no doubt uncomfortable for him. She almost felt bad for what might happen. My mother likes him, that should soften things up a lot. Ino thought. But Naruto, you've got to spend time with Ino Pig's parents, especially if you two are going to be dating. Sakura still couldn't believe that those words came out of her mouth. It felt all kinds of wrong to her. Ino and Naruto together in the same sentence just didn't seem right. Forehead is right. Ino nodded. Naruto-kun, please don't disappoint me. Do it for me, okay? Her eyes shining hopefully. And to make matters worse, she had added in the puppy dog pout. Naruto stared at her. It looked like she was on the verge of tears. He wasn't sure, of course, but he definitely didn't want to see her cry. Naruto then put on a warm smile for her. Okay, Ino-chan. I don't want to disappoint you. Great. She smiled. So, what day will be good for you? I want to let my parents know ahead of time. He thought to himself. What day would be a good day to look death in the eye? Did it really matter? Any day would be a good day to have his final meal. Only why did his final meal have to be with Mr. Yamanaka? Naruto decided that as long as he avoided pissing Ino's father off, he would definitely live longer. How about Saturday? Naruto suggested. That's fine. It'll be okay, Naruto. Tenten put her hand to his shoulder. When Lee met my parents yeah, I bet you guys had an extremely youthful time. And a youthful dinner with very youthful conversations. Ino laughed. Tenten frowned, resisting the urge to slap the younger girl into the next world. Although, it was no secret that Lee could never control his excitement over things. Actually, no, Lee was a complete gentleman. He didn't mention anything at all about youth, because I asked him not to. It's all about compromise in relationships, but I'm sure that you two will figure that out. When Tenten said that Naruto and Ino exchanged looks with one another, they couldn't very well say that this relationship wasn't real. They needed to keep up appearances. She stood up, helping him up as well. Their fingers becoming intertwined for a minute until they both let go. Yeah, well, Mr. Yamanaka isn't exactly all smiles and cheerful, you know. He's more like I'm going to kick your ass if you look at my daughter the wrong way. He's like, don't even breathe the same air as her. Naruto paused, grinning at her. I'm sorry, Ino-chan. She wasn't in the least bit offended. She understood why Naruto had said what he said. Her father was known to be a bit on the protective side. That's alright, I understand. Come on, Naruto, walk me home. Sure thing. By Sakura-chan, Hinata, Tenten. Ino wished that she could reassure him that dinner was going to go smoothly. Only she knew that there wasn't much she could say to ease his mind. Whatever was going to happen on Saturday would happen regardless. Hey, I'm sorry about springing the whole dinner thing on you like that. Ino apologized. Yeah, you could have given me some warning. Well, at least now they really believe that we're together. That was the goal, right? Yeah. But Sakura-chan didn't seem to care very much. It's hard to tell with her. Like I said, she could just be hiding her jealousy. Maybe. Naruto whispered. Don't be so down. She spoke as she put her hand to his spiky blonde head. I'm sure everything will work out. Ino wanted to be optimistic about the situation. Hopefully things would turn out the way that Naruto wanted. She really didn't want this all to be for nothing. Hold my hand, okay? Everyone thinks that we're a couple now. So we definitely have to keep up appearances. Hi, Ino-chan, you're right. If it weren't for that, I'd say that you really like holding my hand. He laughed. The platinum blonde froze. Why had his words affected her for that moment? Ino soon regained her composure. Ha, yeah, right. You're lucky that I'm even allowing you to hold my hand. Yeah. He grinned. It figures you would say something like that. Naruto immediately let her hand go when they approached her house. The last thing he wanted was to have Inoiki see this little display. He could just imagine the look on the older man's face. All hell would definitely break loose. Naruto, it's okay, my father isn't around. Yeah. He laughed nervously. Well, for all I know he could be lurking in the shadows, just waiting for the chance to strike. Ino raised an eyebrow to him. Now you sound paranoid. Cut it out. Hey. Excuse me for trying to live. My mom likes you a lot. Isn't that all the confidence you need to get through dinner? Mrs. Yamanaka was nice. He liked Ino's mother a lot. She seemed like a calm, reasonable person. He could handle dinner a lot better since she would be around. Hey, how about just you, me, and your mom have dinner? That sounds perfect to me. Naruto. We eat, we talk for a while, and then you can leave. It's not that complicated. I guess I'm a little nervous. He admitted. I've never had dinner with a girl and her parents before. Think of it as practice for when you and Sakura start going out. At least you'll know what to expect. Naruto wondered why Ino had seemed so confident about his dating Sakura. Who really knew what would happen after this whole ordeal was over? It wasn't like she had any actual proof that this would be the outcome. What if in the end he and Sakura only remained friends? Must be a girl thing. He assumed. Oh. Hello there, Naruto-kun. How are you? He heard. Hi, Mrs. Yamanaka, I'm doing okay. Hey, do you need help with those groceries? Naruto offered. Oh. No, that's okay. I've got them, but thanks for asking. What brings you by? He was walking me home, Mom. Ino interrupted. Guess what? Naruto said that he'd come over for dinner on Saturday. A warm smile crept up onto the older blonde's face. She was glad to see that her daughter had finally asked him over for dinner. Well, it's certainly about time that she asked you to join us. I was beginning to wonder if she ever would. She gently teased her daughter. Hey, Ino laughed. I might have, sort have forgotten. That's okay, he knows now. So I'll be seeing you on Saturday, right Naruto-kun? Yeah, and don't worry much about Inoiki. He's a real softie on the inside. Yeah right, and Bar-chan isn't really an alcoholic. Naruto thought to himself. Okay Mrs. Yamanaka, I understand. Alright, well I better get these groceries inside. Take care, Naruto-kun. You too Mrs. Yamanaka. Once the older woman was gone, it left Naruto and Ino alone once more. The blue-eyed girl turned to look at Naruto. He was standing there scratching his hair. See, my mom really likes you, so don't worry so much. Yeah, you're right Ino-chan. He gave her a smile. It probably won't be so bad. It'll be fine. Okay, as long as you're sure. Take care until Saturday, if I don't see you before then. You too Naruto. She waved goodbye to him. Ino watched until he was completely gone from sight. Hopefully things will go well. Naruto found himself outside of Ichiraku's. He decided that now was a better time than any to have a bowl of ramen. Of course, if you were Naruto, there was always a reason to have ramen. Hey Naruto. A voice called out to him. He turned around to see Sakura running up to him. Hey, Sakura-chan, what's going on? Nothing, she answered. Do you mind if I join you? He knew that this wasn't considered a date in the slightest, but a chance to be near the pink-haired girl was still something that he couldn't pass up. No, I don't mind at all. The former teammates sat down, and ordered 2 bowls of pork ramen. Say, Naruto, I was actually hoping that I'd run into you. Really? What for? You're okay, aren't you? He immediately worried. Sakura smiled at his predictable behavior. He was always concerned for his friends. I'm fine, there's nothing to worry about. I promise. That's good. He smiled back. Besides, you're the one acting so weird lately. I still can't believe that you and Ino Pig are dating now. Naruto swallowed his ramen. He knew that he had to say something to her. He could not sit here without addressing her comment. Yeah, I guess things just sort of happened. I like her. It wasn't as if he had told a complete lie. He did find the platinum blonde attractive. Besides, spending all this time with her had given him the chance to get to know her a bit better. At that moment though, Naruto didn't know if he meant he liked her as a friend, or if he was starting to like her more than that. He simply wasn't sure. Sakura was silent, as she ate her ramen. Was she jealous? She wasn't sure if that was what she was feeling. It was definitely more than a possibility. If anything at all, she was curious. For as long as she had known Naruto had liked her. It was all just very strange. Sakura couldn't exactly put words to it, but something was up. Naruto, never mind. Once he finished his bowl, naturally he had ordered another. There was an awkward silence between the two. Naruto was curious as to why Sakura wasn't saying anything. Sakura-chan, you aren't talking. Didn't you want to talk? Sakura turned to him. She put her hand to his shoulder. Yeah, I just wanted to tell you that I want you to be happy. But don't spend all your time with Ino Pig, okay? She smiled. I need you too, you know. Naruto gave her a warm smile. He then stood up, placing his hand onto her shoulder. Don't worry Sakura-chan. I'm always here for you, alright? I know. She nodded. But don't let Ino hear you say that. She just might kick your ass if she found out. Sakura laughed. Yeah, maybe. No, but seriously, I just don't want to lose you completely, you know. Naruto simply nodded. Yeah, I understand Sakura-chan. It was nice eating with you, but I'm going to go, alright? Try not to worry about a thing. I promise. Take care Naruto. You too Sakura-chan. So, she never exactly said that she was jealous in any way, shape or form. Naruto really didn't know what to make of the situation. Right now he could only say that he was confused. I guess that I'll just have to see how this whole thing plays out. That night the spiky-headed blonde tossed and turned in his sleep. He hadn't had such a restless night in a very long time. He soon found himself in a dream. Naruto's dream. The blonde male stood there with the pink-haired girl in his arms. He had just finished explaining the details of his plan to her. Naruto, I still can't believe that you did all of this for me. Yeah, he nodded. So, now that you know, what does this mean for us, Sakura-chan? She let him go. Sakura smiled for him. I think that we should be together. Come on, Naruto, let's go. She gripped his hand, and started to lead the way. Wait, a voice was heard. Huh. Naruto froze. He knew that voice all too well. It was a voice that he had grown very accustomed to. He turned around. Oh, Ino-chan. He saw the platinum blonde standing there. She looked completely out of breath, like she had been running to catch up to them. Naruto, wait. You can't go with her. He blinked curiously, turning his full attention onto her. He could tell by the look in her eyes that she was serious. Naruto. Sakura spoke. She pulled his arm, trying to get his attention. Come on, let's go. Okay, forget about Ino Pig. Sakura tried pulling him along, but stopped when she felt that he wasn't coming with her. She turned to see what the problem was. And there she saw Ino holding onto his other arm. No, Ino shouted. Forehead, you don't get a chance with him, not anymore. Naruto, come with me, okay? I can make you way happier than she ever could. No, don't listen to her, Naruto. Come with me. The two girls began pulling him in both directions. The blonde male was starting to become dizzy from the constant pulling. He didn't know which way to go, or who to go with for that matter. Let me go, both of you. He spoke. No, I'm only protecting what's mine. They both said at the same time. Sakura-chan, Ino-chan, I can't be with both of you. Or can I? He smiled. Just then Two Fist went flying and punched the young man in the face. No, the hell you can't. They screamed at him. Right, I understand. He mumbled. I was just kidding. Very good, Uzumaki. Now that you realize that, I guess you better choose. Ino told him. For once I agree with Ino Pig. Choose. Naruto started. Choose now. Sakura said. Right now, Naruto. Ino spoke. With that, the blonde teen awoke from his dream. He sat up in bed, his bangs falling over in his eyes. A slight sigh escaped him. What a weird dream, he whispered. The blue-eyed teen threw on a t-shirt and his jacket. He had a good feeling that he would not be getting to sleep anytime soon. He decided to go out for a walk. All he could really think about was the events of his dream. He walked the streets of Konoha with his hands in his pockets. Man, I really can't believe that dream. He couldn't have feelings for Ino, could he? No, that was impossible. She happened to be his friend. And, she definitely didn't see him as anything more than a friend, he was positive of this. Come on, Naruto. Snap out of it. It was only a stupid dream. There's no reason to dwell on it. It was a cool night, the breeze felt extremely good to him. The air seemed to calm him. Once he felt relaxed enough, he decided to head back home. There was no real good reason for him to stay out here. He might as well try getting back to sleep. Naruto, what are you doing out at this time? Iruka-sensei. He looked up to see his former teacher. Wait, what are you doing out here? Isn't it way past your bedtime? Naruto teased. Iruka laughed and put his hand to Naruto's head, messing up his already spiky blonde hair. Very funny, Naruto. I could be saying the same thing about you. Yeah. Naruto smiled. But seriously, what are you doing out this late? I was at the academy drawing up my lesson plan for tomorrow, and I sort of lost track of time, I guess. Naruto nodded in understanding. So no hot date, huh? Naruto nudged him in the shoulder. No, I'm afraid not, just school work. When Naruto grew silent, Iruka blinked in confusion. He wondered what was troubling the young man. Naruto, is there something wrong? Huh? No, of course not. Iruka smiled knowingly at his former student. Come on, let's sit and talk. He then led the way to a nearby bench. Naruto didn't speak right away. Iruka stretched his arms out, leaning back against the bench. It's a shame that it's so late, otherwise I could treat you to a bowl of ramen. Yeah, well, maybe next time, Iruka-sensei. He spoke in a hopeful tone. We'll see, Naruto. Now tell me what's on your mind. Naruto took a deep breath, gathering up all his thoughts. If there was anyone that he could talk to, it would be Iruka. He had always been there for him no matter what. Iruka-sensei, I kind of need some advice. Okay, well, I'll be happy to help in any way that I can. What's going on? Alright, let's say that old man Tuki had a brand new flavor of ramen out. I'm talking, like an undiscovered type of ramen. And I was thinking of trying it. But, what if I can't bring myself to try it because I'm still stuck on pork ramen? What do I do, Iruka-sensei? He shouted in a slight panic. It was the only way he could think of to describe his situation. He had never been in this sort of predicament, so it was only natural that he would panic. Iruka only held a bewildered expression on his face. Naruto, why couldn't you just enjoy both kinds of ramen? I don't understand. It was clear that Iruka had no idea that wasn't talking about ramen at all, or rather he was talking about his feelings for Sakura, and his possible feelings for Ino. No, Iruka-sensei, that's not going to work. I can't have both. Naruto, since when have you said no to ramen? No matter what the flavor is. Oh, the brown-haired male paused. It was as if a light finally clicked on in his brain. Naruto, this doesn't have anything to do with ramen at all, does it? No, it doesn't. It's more like a girl problem. Ah, well, if it makes you that uncomfortable, we'll continue talking in your terms. Why are you afraid to try the new flavor of ramen? Are you afraid that you may end up liking it more than you first thought? Iruka asked. Maybe, but I don't know if I even like the new flavor. I think that I'm still into the old flavor. I don't know what to do, Iruka-sensei. Perhaps, you should give the new flavor. He stopped again. Alright, this is too weird. Naruto, it's perfectly fine to try new things, and open your eyes to a different experience. Who knows, if you give this girl a real chance, you might be pleasantly surprised. Naruto looked at his hands for a moment, while processing what Iruka had just said to him. Yeah, even if I did give it a shot, I doubt that she would return my feelings. Give it some time, Naruto. You don't have to make a decision about either girl right now. So, you think I should just sit and see how things turn out? I'm just telling you that you don't have to rush into anything. I'm sure that the answer will come to you, when you're ready. Now I'm going to head home. Good night, Naruto. Good night, Iruka-sensei. Oh, and tell Shizune-chan that I said hello. Naruto laughed. Ha, a slight blush rose to the brown-haired male's face. That is none of your business. And Shizune-san and I are just friends. Yeah, okay, Iruka-sensei. I'll see you around. Bye. The blonde male waited a while before heading home himself. His only thoughts were on the conversation he had with his former teacher. Perhaps, he only needed to spend more time with the platinum blonde, to find out if he really did have feelings for her. Maybe Iruka-sensei is right. I should try the new flavor. I mean, give Ino-chan a real shot. Yeah, maybe I will. He decided. Saturday came quicker than the blonde-haired male had expected. He found that he wasn't as nervous as he was before. It wasn't like he planned to make Mr. Yamanaka upset in any way. Besides, he can't meet with Ino and her mother around. There would be too many witnesses. Naruto dressed casual, wearing black pants and a blue shirt. He placed his Chunin vest on top of the shirt. There was nothing wrong with looking presentable in front of Mr. Yamanaka. He then tied his high-tie 8 on his forehead. He thought he looked decent enough. Alright, I'm ready. I better get going. In truth, he was actually hoping to be a little early. He was debating on whether or not he should tell Ino about the dream. She most likely would laugh at him, and say that he was being ridiculous. Stop being an idiot. It was only a dream. He heard Ino's voice in his mind. Yeah, she'd probably say something like that. The more he thought about it, it was pointless to talk to her. For all he knew, the dream could have been just a silly little dream. Not every dream had to mean something. If this was the case, why was his mind telling him otherwise? Why did it feel like it was more than just a simple dream? Hey, Naruto-kun, I hear that congratulations are in order. A black-haired male spoke. This caused the blonde to look up at his friend. Hey there, bushy brow. What do you mean congratulations? Congratulations to you and Ino-chan on your newfound relationship. Everyone's talking about it. Oh, Naruto smiled sheepishly. Yeah, so everyone's talking, huh? Yes, Lee nodded. But Tenten-chan and I weren't surprised in the least. We are very excited for the two of you. Perhaps we can double date in the near future. Naruto could only imagine what kind of date that would turn out to be. He could imagine the look of horror on Ino's face, while Lee continued to talk about youth. Naruto chuckled to himself at the thought. I don't know. I would have to check with Ino-chan first. Right. Lee understood. I'm going to get going though. Lee, I'll talk to you soon, alright? Yes. I'm already running a little late to pick up Tenten-chan. I should be going as well. Stay youthful. Will do. Naruto nodded. The friends said goodbye to one another, and both boys went their separate ways. Naruto decided he would most likely not tell her about the double date invitation. Then again, with the way she had sprung this dinner on him, why shouldn't he get a little payback? When he finally arrived at the Yamanaka's house, he was greeted by Ino herself. Hi Ino-chan. He smiled for her. Ino stood there staring at him. She moved to the side so that he could enter the house. Ino leaned up against the doorway, and waited for him to come in. Hey Ino-chan, what's going on? He noticed her hair was down again and she had a blue butterfly clip in it. She was wearing a blue skirt, and a white top. You look nice, He paused. The platinum blonde was still silent. Naruto knew for sure that something had to be wrong. Since when did she not respond to a compliment? Naruto scratched his hair and then pointed to her. Okay, what's up? You were never this quiet, ever. He added. Ino frowned and was about to hit him upside the head. Unfortunately, her mother had intervened. She sighed knowing that she would not be able to hit him now. Good evening Naruto-kun, it's great to see you. Please come in. Sure. He nodded, giving Ino another look before entering the house. You'll have to forgive Ino-chan. She caught a nasty cold and lost her voice. Oh. He nodded in understanding. Sorry about that Ino-chan. Ino nodded. But, hey Mrs. Yamanaka, at least the house will be quiet for a few days, huh? He teased. The older blonde woman let out a laugh. She soon regained herself, when she caught the displeased look on her daughter's face. That's not very nice, you know. Come on, have a seat. I'm going to go check on dinner. Onoiki should be here soon. Mrs. Yamanaka, is there anything I can do to help? Naruto asked. There he goes, being Mr. Helpful again. Ino thought. Well, you can help Ino-chan set the table. I'll be right back. The moment her mother left, Ino walked over to him and hit him upside his head. Ow. Damn it, Ino, what the hell? The look of sheer annoyance on her face made him remember why she hit him. Oh. He grinned apologetically. I was just kidding, mostly. Whatever. Ino sighed. Follow me. She motioned for him to come with her into the kitchen, to retrieve the plates. Naruto was immediately greeted by the wonderful aroma that was coming from the room. Wow, it smells awesome in here, Mrs. Yamanaka. Oh, she looked up. Thank you, Naruto, everything should be done shortly. After you two set the table, Ino-chan, why don't you show him around the shop? Sure, Mom. The blonde male helped carry the plates back to the table, so that he and Ino could set everything up. As she was placing the chopsticks down, her fingers accidentally brushed up against his. She looked up to meet his gaze. They stared at each other for a moment. Oh, sorry Ino-chan. No problem. She slowly pulled her hand back. Only she could still feel that warm feeling there. That warm feeling caused by his fingers. As soon as the table had been set up, the platinum blonde led the way to their flower shop. Naruto walked behind her with his hands behind his head. He stared at her with a curious expression on his face. The whole time he kept thinking how unfortunate it was, that she had lost her voice. They could have been having some sort of conversation, if she were able to communicate with him. Ino, on the other hand, didn't know why she was even showing him the shop. Would he even care about flowers? Somehow she doubted it. This would probably be a waste of time. Naruto stood in awe at all the many different types of flowers. Wow, Ino-chan, so many flowers. Yeah, you got it. Which ones are those? He pointed to a red flower. Ino wanted to be able to tell him what they were, and the meaning behind it. But, naturally at this moment she couldn't. Those are red carnations, Naruto-kun. Ino's mother spoke. Would you like to know what it means? Sure. It means, my heart aches for you, or that you have an admiration for someone. Oh. He nodded. Ino-chan, help me water these white carnations, and those chrysanthemums. Oh. And after that, would you mind helping me finish arranging this bouquet? No problem. Ino shook her head. Hey, I can help water these too, Mrs. Yamanaka. I'm not an expert like you or Ino-chan. But I have some plants at home. Oh. Do you like to garden, Naruto-kun? Hey. He smiled. Sometimes, Naruto admitted. Well, that's very good, Naruto. It can give you and Ino-chan something to do together. Why don't you water those gardenias over there? The older blonde passed him the water pail. Sure thing. Ino watched with interest, as the blue-eyed male handled the flowers with utmost care. It came as a surprise to her. He just didn't strike her as a person who would take an interest in gardening. He always seems to surprise me. Oh, I'd better get dinner on the table. Your father should be home by now. Ino-chan, you can handle the rest of this bouquet, right? Of course. You know that I can do this in my sleep. Ino smiled confidently. Good. Thanks a lot. Mrs. Yamanaka exited the room, leaving Naruto and Ino alone once more. Okay, well that takes care of that. Naruto whispered since he had finished watering the gardenias. He went to look for something else to do, but became distracted when he saw what Ino was doing. She was standing there finishing up the bouquet that her mother started. She looked completely at home and relaxed. This was Ino's domain. She was a natural at this sort of thing. She seemed so focused, as she added another flower to the beautifully mixed bouquet. Of course Ino is good at this sort of thing. She's probably been doing this sort of thing ever since she was a kid. Naruto walked over to her, watching closely. Wow, Ino-chan, you did a really nice job. Thank you. She nodded. He looked at her. A sigh escaped him, which caused her to turn to look at him. The blue-eyed male then looked up. There was a bright glint in his eyes. It's so hard not being able to hear your voice, Ino-chan. I got so used to hearing it. He laughed. He stopped talking. Never mind, let's get back to the table. I don't know about you, but I'm starving. Ino followed behind Naruto this time. He led the way back to the dining area. Once there, they were greeted by Mr. Yamanaka. He was already seated at the table. He had his hands folded underneath his chin. His gaze already focused on Naruto. Oh, hey there, Mr. Yamanaka. Ino noticed that Naruto didn't stutter or seem nervous. He had either gotten an extra dose of courage over the last few days, or he was simply pretending not to be scared. Hello, Naruto. It's good of you to finally join us. I asked Ino to invite you over a while ago. Really? He questioned while looking over to the platinum blonde. Alright, yeah, so I let it slip my mind. Just sit. Ino grabbed a hold of his shoulders and pushed him in the seat. Now Ino-chan, you shouldn't treat a guest that way. Mrs. Yamanaka spoke. Yeah, Ino-chan, you shouldn't treat a guest that way. It's impolite. Naruto smirked. Ino simply rolled her eyes at his remark. Oh, Naruto, I made something especially for you. Ino-chan told me how much you liked ramen. The older blonde-haired woman placed a bowl of hot steamy ramen in front of him. A huge smile exploded onto his face. He was extremely grateful to Ino right now. Thanks a lot, Mrs. Yamanaka. No problem. She smiled. Ino closed her eyes, expecting to hear the young man immediately diving into the bowl of noodles. She expected to hear the loud slurping sound. To her relief, she found that he was eating like a normal person. He was probably too afraid of her father to not show decent table manners. Mrs. Yamanaka, this is really good. It's almost as good as Icha. He tried to finish his sentence, but Ino put her hand over his mouth. He should never go insulting a woman's cooking. It was something that should not be done. Idiot. Yes, thank you, I could never get it to taste quite as good as Chuki-san. But that's no surprise, after all he is the expert. Mrs. Yamanaka sat down and dinner was finally underway. For a while there wasn't any conversation. Everyone seemed to find the food on their plates extremely interesting. Things are a bit too quiet, Naruto thought. Naruto noticed that Ino wasn't eating anything. Was it possible that she was sting again? He hoped not. She didn't even need to sit in the first place. He started. So, Naruto. Inoiki spoke. This caused the blonde boy to turn to look at the older male. Yes, Mr. Yamanaka. I was curious to learn more about you. What are your plans? Your goals for the future? He waited for a moment before answering Inoiki. Well, sir, my main goal has always been to become Hokage. I've always wanted to prove to everyone that I was worth something, you know. And, also I want to protect this village, Mr. Yamanaka. He stopped. All eyes were now on him. It's like, when you have something precious to you, you only want to protect it. Inoiki looked at the young man for a moment. He could tell by Naruto's tone of voice, and the look in his eyes that he was very serious. Well, at least he has goals in life, that's a good thing. Inoki thought. I understand perfectly well what you mean. It's a very good dream to have Naruto-kun. Ino's mother nodded. Thanks. I have another question, Naruto. Inoki spoke again. Ask away, sir. Where does my daughter fit into all of this? I only want what's best for her. You wouldn't have any plans to just use her and then drop her when she doesn't hold your interest anymore, do you? I would hate for something terrible to befall you if you did. There was an intense look in those blue eyes. Naruto simply swallowed the lump of nervousness in his tea. He knew that he couldn't show his fear now. He turned his full attention onto Inoki. Sir, I have no intentions on hurting Ino-chan in any way. I promise you that you have nothing to worry about. So, nothing terrible should happen to me, right? He laughed. Speaking of Ino-chan, why isn't she eating? He finally asked his question. I'm not sure. I even made her some soup to help with that cold of hers. But she didn't want it. Mrs. Yamanaka answered. That's no good, Ino-chan. He shook his head. You have to eat. Mrs. Yamanaka, if you don't mind, could I go and get the soup that you made for Ino? Sure, it's in the kitchen. Inoki had to admit that he was curious as to what Naruto had planned. He was actually glad to see that he hadn't scared Naruto too much. He was glad to see how confident the young man seemed. Inoki didn't want some punk dating his daughter, that was for sure. Either he's really good at pretending he's not scared, or that young man has grown some balls over the last few days. Inoki thought. Ino just sat there thinking about how Naruto had just spoken to her. He actually had some concern for her. She could hear it in his voice. It actually gave her a good feeling to know that. No, Ino, don't think like that. He's not into you that way. He was just being a good friend. Naruto came back with a bowl of soup for the platinum blonde. He sat down, pulling his seat closer to her. Ino raised an eyebrow to him in question. What is he going to do? Naruto took the spoon, and smiled warmly. Okay, Ino-chan, open up, you're going to eat all right. He's not planning on feeding me, is he? I'll even blow it for you if it's too hot. I don't care if I have to feed you myself, just to make sure that you eat. The blue-eyed girl blinked. She really couldn't believe him. He was showing such confidence in front of her father, by offering to feed her. It was refreshing to hear him talk like this. But, it was also overwhelming at the same time. He's been so polite, like a real gentleman. My mother likes him. He actually showed an interest in something that's always been important to me. And now he wants to feed me. I can't take this. Ino rose from her seat, and ran up the stairs. Naruto blinked in confusion. He wondered if maybe he had done something wrong. Don't worry about Ino-chan. She'll be alright, her mother promised. Yeah. Hey Mr. Yamanaka, Mrs. Yamanaka, thank you for inviting me over for dinner. I should probably get going. Tell Ino-chan I said good night, okay? The young man stood up from the table. He started for the door, but stopped when Inoki called out to him. Naruto, wait a moment. Yes sir, I wanted to tell you that I'm sorry for being so harsh with you before. I was simply concerned for Ino-chan's best interest. You can understand that, right? Oh yeah, I understand sir. So, then you aren't going to come and cane me in my sleep? He laughed. Certainly not, Naruto. Inoki is a real softie once you get to know him. Inoki walked over to the young man. He put his hand onto his shoulder. Listen son, I want you to know something else. I do not blame you because of the QB. Naruto's eyes widened upon hearing Inoki's words. In truth, a part of him had wondered what Ino's parents had thought about that. That's right dear, we do not judge you because of something that's not your fault. Mrs. Yamanaka spoke. Inoki nodded in agreement. He still wore his serious expression, but Naruto found that there was nothing to be concerned about anymore. There is something that I believe you should do. What's that, Mr. Yamanaka? I believe that if you're going to be spending time with Ino-chan, you should tell her about the QB. It's completely up to you. But, I think that she has a right to know. There was silence for a moment. Naruto knew that Inoki had a point. He should probably tell Ino all about the QB. They were friends, and he did feel that he could trust her with that bit of information. Okay Mr. Yamanaka. He nodded. I understand. I'm going to go now, Have a good evening. He shook his head. You have a good evening as well, Naruto. Meanwhile, Ino sat in her room staring out of her bedroom window. She wasn't sure why she had run off like that. The only thing that she knew was that she couldn't sit there for a minute longer. Hey, she thought. He was actually going to feed me that soup. What the hell was he thinking? She looked down to see Naruto walking away from her house. She wanted to be able to shout something at him, anything at all so that he could look up at her. She sighed knowing that right now she couldn't. Soon the blonde male came to a stop. He turned around and looked up at her from downstairs. He smiled for her. Good night, Ino-chan. He told her before heading back to his own apartment. A small smile rose to Ino's face as well. Good night, Naruto. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.